Peace, 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 peace. What's up, y'all? Substantial Sundays back at Mr. Robinson's neighborhood studio, aka my studio, where I do my thing. Um, Shout out to the homie Chef the Barber. He could not make it today. He had some things going on with the family and stuff, and so it's just me solo today. You know what I mean? But I'm glad to see y'all up in here as always. Peace, Christopher. What's going on? All right. So just to give y'all a heads up on a couple things. What was it? Background music is something. It's a beat I was crafting today, and so I'll get into what that is connected to and all of that in a little bit. So before anything, y'all know the rules. Make sure you say peace. Let me know where you're tuning in from, all that good stuff. And yeah, most importantly, share the link. If there are any technical issues, issues with sound, something's too loud, something's too low, just let me know. And then I'll go ahead and try to fix it on my end. Because typically I don't, use this setup that I'm using right now. I usually do it from the phone. Right now we're going from the laptop. You know what I mean? The mini me, she's handling some other stuff right now. Calvin, peace to you, family. Good to see you up in here. Long crew, peace. What's going on? All right. So let's see. First things first, let me lead by example. Make sure I share this link real quick just to get a few people to join us. And let me know if the background music is too high or too low. All right. And for those who missed what I said before, background music is basically a beat I started working on earlier today. It's for this project I'm working on that I'm gonna tell y'all about in a sec. All right. All right. Hey, Julian, thank you, man. Thank y'all for listening. Cyborg Killer 23, peace to you. All right. So again, if you haven't shared the link yet, please do so. I'm about to hit share on that right now, and then we're gonna get into it. All right. So yeah, let's see. Okay. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff going on. So we're gonna stick to the usual format we've been doing. For those of you who tune in every Sunday, you kind of know what that is already. For those of you who don't know, I'm gonna get you hip real quick. And so if you see me looking like way past here, it's because I'm controlling both computers right now. I got my laptop here, and then I have the music rocking on this computer in the background over here. So just bear with me for a second because that joint is like a good 5 feet away. So I'm trying to see what the hell I'm clicking on before I click on it. You feel me? All right. Let's see. So, are you going to release a song collab with the song collab with Bob Alloy? Are you talking about the one? If you're talking about the video that we just dropped, that particular song is on one of our past releases. Peace, Juan. What's going on? If you're not talking about that, and what you're talking about is new music, of course, yeah, we're gonna. Marcus and I, we stay in touch. We talk bare minimum once a week, even with him being overseas. And so we've been putting beats together for a couple of things for a while. I'm actually supposed to drop some stuff on some other things he's working on, and we are talking about our next solo album. I'm supposed to jump on some of the Pismo stuff that he's doing, and we are supposed to do Winter Breaks Volume 2. And we've also, yeah, Cyborg Killer. So count on us and righting my wrongs. That's from our second album, which is called Another Day in the Life of. So whenever you get a chance, just go over to that video. I'm gonna put the link for that video in here in a second. For those of you who haven't seen it, we'll get into that in a few minutes. But basically, that already came out. That's actually from a release that came out about 4 years ago, something like that. So yeah, but thanks for checking the video out. I hope y'all enjoying that, man. We're gonna talk about that in a second. So real quick, some quick shop talk, just to talk about some stuff that's not necessarily, I guess, something that I've put out, just other stuff I've been checking out, and other inspiration I've been finding. Dude, your gray hairs are showing. dude, I'll be 40 in January. You know what I mean? Like, if you're about my age and you don't have gray hair showing, you're probably dying. You know what I mean? Just keeping it 100. I'm not that dude. Like, I don't really give a shit about my gray hair showing. I just, it's like, yo, keep it 100. Like, when I was maybe, I would say when I was in my early 20s, even maybe in my teenage years, man, I didn't even think I was going to live this long. You know what I mean? So, I was talking to someone during an interview where we were talking about, talking about ageism in hip hop. And it was really one of them things where, like, for me, it's kind of like, it's a badge of honor. Like, coming from where I come from, seeing the things I've seen, being in certain experiences I've witnessed and participated in. The fact that I made it this far and lived long enough to basically go down a different path, you know what I mean? It's a blessing in itself. So, definitely, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They just gonna be out all the time. I'm not sure what just happened to the chat. Oh, there you go. Just pop back up. But Lone Crew says the video is dope, by the way. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Has Renee remix released? That's a great question. It has not yet. I think they haven't dropped the release date for that yet. But as soon as I get some more information, I'm going to let you guys know. As of right now, I know they are still gearing up for the release of the game for 2019. They just haven't said when, and that's going to be on Nintendo Switch. So once I get more updates on that, I'll keep you guys posted. I'm super anxious for that to drop because that'll be the first time ever that I have a song officially in a video game. So that's really exciting. If somebody grew up playing games my whole life, man, exciting times. But so anyway, let's see. Get back to this real quick. Omar, hey, peace, Omar. What's going on, man? Loving the music video and the game that your music is in. Hey, man, I appreciate the love, bro. Thank you so much. Let's see real quick. Hold on one second. Yeah. All right. So look, a couple things. For those who have not seen the video yet, why you haven't seen the video, I don't know. But I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to provide information, some quality content for you. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna hit you with this link real fast. All right, give me 1 second. Use this so we don't have it blaring. Here you go. So for those of you who have not seen the music video yet, obviously you don't have to leave this video to go watch it. But here's the link for it. You can add it to your watch later. All that good stuff, whatever you do. But definitely, man, check out the videos from me and Marcus D. For those of you who've been following us for years, we don't drop a lot of music videos. I literally see my brother like once a year. You know what I mean? And it's usually for touring, sometimes 2 to 3 times. So last time I saw him was back in, well, I might as well give you the story. So here's the story behind the music video. It was on my agenda. We just jumped ahead. So Pete, we were gearing up for this brief tour in Japan, these New Best tributes. Marcus tells me that he has a guy that's willing to shoot a music video for us. Dude books a location for us to go do this at. We just did 2 shows back to back, Tokyo and Osaka. We're still super, exhausted because we take a train back and forth between Osaka and Tokyo. When we get back from Osaka, we hit the hotel real quick, grab our stuff, and then we go straight to this video shoot. The video shoot lasted probably, I can't remember how many hours, man. We were pretty much, it was like an all day thing. Like the moment we got back into Tokyo, it was just like, we went, did all the shooting, and the guy basically had like this really dope concept of fusing those 2 songs together visually in a way that makes them connected, because basically I'm trying to get over on Marcus and trying to cheat him out of his money in a card game or whatever. And then it's kind of like this alternate situation where it's like after me doing that dirt, you flash forward to me being in a chair of sorts or whatever with a therapist and me kind of righting my wrongs, if you will, even though it's kind of awkward having the guy who you just cheated on like in cards or whatever, trying to also talk to you about your problems. It's a little judgy. I feel like it's a little judgy. It's not a very comfortable space, to be honest. You know what I mean? It's a little weird. You know, I just try to rob you. So anyway, someone asked, is extended fam still alive? Man, listen, we are, you know, like we're all making music. I don't know if you guys saw Packet Film is about to be a new father. You know, Tone's got a lot going on. I got a lot going on. All of us are down to do it. It's just, you know, folks are busy, man. You know, so I don't know. I don't want to say yes, it's definitely coming out, because all we've recorded is one track, and we literally have enough beats for the whole album. We plotted out all the beats. We plotted out the concepts to go with the beats. All of that stuff is laid out there. It's just, you know, we even wrote some of the hooks and all of that. But we got a lot going on, man. So it's, you know, can't make any promises right now. But it would be dope to see it happen. I feel like, you know, we're doper than we've ever been. You know, knock on wood. Brothers out here trying to age gracefully. You know what I mean? And in hip hop, you know, that's not always the case. You know, not everybody gets better with time. So anyway, so yeah, we covered the video. Let's see. All right. Hit y'all with that link. So I just want to make sure. Oh, so some quick recommendations, right? Ice Killer, man. Thanks for checking it out. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. All right. Leba or Liba, I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right, says, have you ever had days when you're not motivated to make a beat or just can't make one? What do you do? I just live. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, not every day do I make a beat or write a rhyme, because like I run my own business as well. Like, you know, I spend a lot of my days working on graphics, spend a lot of my days talking to clients, and then, you know, I work with kids as well. So there's so much other stuff going on, like, and I'm so busy. Just, you know, life is just, you know, it's always happening. So you know, I try not to beat myself up too much when I'm not creating, unless I set a deadline for myself and I'm not actively trying to meet the deadline. In those cases, in that particular case where I have a deadline and that I set for myself and I'm trying to get it done, but the vibe isn't right, you know, I usually just step away. And like I said, like I have so much other stuff going on. I just separate myself from the studio for a bit. Do some things with my daughters, man. You know, kick with my wife. You know, go check out some other stuff. Link up with the homies. Anything, man. Inspiration comes from everywhere. So, you know, it's, you know, I think art was intended initially to imitate life. So it's, you know, it's important for us to get out here and live our lives. You know, so that way you have something to talk about. You know, so that's my best recommendation for you. It's probably not the most exciting, but you know what I mean. That's what it is for me, you know. Let's see, no happy endings for dudes turning 40 in January. Hey man, you know. Peace up, hey Simeon, what's going on, man? Good to see you up in here, brother. Peace to you, Steven. Peace to you as well. Leba, you're welcome. I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. I'm sorry. I'm just butchering the joint. I don't know, but anyway, you're welcome. All right, so look, and if I seem a little sluggish to y'all, it's brother Ty. It's been a long weekend, but anyway, so next order of business, I wanted to give you heads up on. I think I was getting ready to talk about some recommendations, and then also give you some other updates. Chris, I'm actually in my studio. This is so on the other side of the computer is my main workstation, my equipment and all of that, microphone, and everything. And behind me is like a part of my vinyl collection. And so this is the studio. You know what I mean? This is a different angle as well, because normally when I do Substantial Sundays from here, I shoot it in a different angle. But I came up with a pretty cool idea today, and I kind of like having this as the backdrop as opposed to just kind of a whole lot of other stuff. So a couple of things, man. Kim Platinum says more of a poet than a rapper. I guess it depends on what your definition of a rapper is. You know what I mean? So, in actually, hold on, let's grab that. So, as you can see in the background, we got little Aretha Franklin record here. I actually have a lot of her vinyl. I just wanted to throw that up today. You know what I mean? Pay homage to her. Rest in peace, Aretha Franklin. John McCain also passed away. Rest in peace to him as well. You know, just some quick shout outs for you know, some people who did a lot. One who did a lot musically and was a legend to so many, and she just dropped down. Oh, let me so this album right here, right? Some of my favorite songs from her aren't necessarily on this record, but I love the title of this record. It says "Love All the Hurt Away," and so I thought it was it's just an interesting title for that record, and like for me to look at, it's one of my favorite covers that she had with all the bags and different things that she had going on in the back. And she was always kind of known for her hats and stuff, so I always liked that cover, even though it's not necessarily one of her best records. No, John McCain did not do music. And but nah, the reason why I wanted to shout him out, I mean, obviously he passed away. It was one of those things where I was building with someone and was talking about like the respect piece, where it's one of those things like you don't always have to agree with a person's politics per se, but it's I just feel like he was a candidate that at least had some class. He was a person that like, you know, in certain instances or whatever, you could kind of, even if he didn't agree with people, he could kind of act with some decency or whatever. Him and Obama's relationship, for example, even though they were running against each other, it was just a different time politically. You know what I mean? Like obviously, we're the times we're in right now, virtually anything goes. And not for nothing, crazy stuff has been happening behind the scenes for years. But uh, you know, I just find it interesting. Him passing now is kind of like the end of an era when you think of the type of politicians that we're seeing right now. You feel me? So anyway, just my quick 2 cents on that. Let me read some of these comments. Simeon says, I finally listened to your entire discography, including both Bop Alloy albums, and I have to say, there's not a single album that I don't like. I will be getting all of that. I don't have it. All that I don't have at the moment. Hey man, I appreciate that on behalf of my family. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the support. Ice Killer says, maybe it's because I'm young and I'm not American, but I hadn't heard about Aretha until I saw on Twitter that she went to the hospital. Yeah, you know, yeah, it was crazy. I hadn't heard much about what was going on with her either until that. I know she was still touring like for a while, man. Like she, you know, and I think about that sometimes, like how old like will I be when I decide that I no longer want to do live events, right? Like will it be because I can no longer do them, or I'm just kind of over that particular phase of my career, you know what I mean? But yeah, she was still rocking out, you know, so it's always interesting to see. But other genres of music are very different than hip hop, you know what I mean? Like hip hop, you know, like my man Chris, like bringing up the gray hair joint, like every time I go out or whatever, because I'm a hip hop head, that's a constant like the whole age thing is constantly brought up. And like, and also in pop, like when you're dealing with pop music as well, and any genre of music that's dominated typically by younger artists. I mean, and that's most genres of music, but it seems like with certain genres, you can be a person of a certain age and still have a very dope career, still be able to rock out and get respect, or whatever, when you get out here. Hip hop is not so kind uh, not so kind to the older brothers who doing it. You feel me? And so, yeah, man. So anyway, let's see. Said those being to this union sacrifice, another day in the life CD and the vinyl at some point. Thanks again, Simeon. You was joking. I know you was messing with me, man. I catch it all the time though. It's not just you. All right. Yeah. So Isaac, I'm about to say peace to you, brother. You know what I mean? So let's see. There you go. Isaac, you take care now. All right. All right, so check it out. let me get to these recommendations. I know y'all keep throwing questions at me. I got you. What's the Nuleba Entertainment? Know any underground producers that are coming up? I'm gonna recommend some in a second. So Pete, so I got an album for y'all to check out. If you have not heard the Off Days, right? Check out the Off Days. That's a group with Deacon the Villain. It's also with my man Shiesty Christ and Natty. Deacon and Natty are from Cunning Linguists. For those of you who are already, already hip. And Shiesty Christ, if you've heard any of the Cunning Linguist records and then some of the other stuff that come out on Q15 or A Piece of Strange, then you're already hip to him. But it's a dope album, man. So check out this album called Couple Skate. It's by the Off Days. It's really dope. My favorite track from that album is a track called Ascension 2. So again, check out that album. My favorite song, Ascension 2. Super dope. The album overall is a very upbeat record. It's like feel good music. If you're a person who's ever gone skating in an urban setting, where it's like, where they're playing like really upbeat dance music and stuff like that, it's like the perfect. If I could skate, that's what I'd be skating to. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a really dope album. It's a nice, it's like a breath of fresh air, man. Because there's so much like serious stuff that comes out, or it's not that there's not serious content on it, but it's just feel good music. You feel me? So definitely check out that record, man, if you haven't already. Shout out to the Off Days. And by the way, Days is spelled Daze. All right, so check out the Off Days when you get a chance. They're super dope. And then for my movie recommendation, man, if you haven't seen Black Klansman yet, yeah, you need to do that. So not gonna kind of get too much into it right now because I don't want to give you spoilers, but I can't recommend that movie enough. Like definitely check out Black Klansman when you get a chance. It's a really dope flick. All right. At this point, if you got questions, throw them in the mix. I'm getting ready to jump into some music though. All right. So let's see. So once the music starts playing, do me a solid and let me know if the volume is loud enough or if I need to turn it up. All right. So let me get this going in the background. So look, let's do this. Check that. All right. Cool. Tupac and Belly Mason. Peace. What's going on? All right. So look, once again, new music coming. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm gonna check over here to make sure this volume is all the way good because I don't want it to blast out. But like, yeah. And I think I played a snippet of this song or a piece of it before in one of the lives on IG and something else. But y'all hold 1 second. I'm coming right back. Chris was asking if I still live in Maryland. I'm in the DMV area. I'm in Virginia though. But like, we'll see. I'm more than likely going to end up back in Maryland soon enough. But y'all hold tight 1 second. I'm gonna run over here, coming right back. I just want to check something on with this equipment just to make sure we're good. All right. Yeah. All right. So volume should be good. And we're going to get ready to get into it. So look, all right, big announcement, right? So new music's coming. I am working on a project called Recompositions. It's all like remixes produced by me. The remixes includes remixes of my songs and also some other people's songs. And then it also has at least one song that is like a new version of a song, like it's a sequel to a song I've already done. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna play the song that's about to drop this Friday. All right. So what I need from y'all before I drop this song, I'm gonna put a link in here, and I need a favor from y'all. So whatever platform that you listen to my music on, if it's a platform where you can follow me on it, then what you need to do for me is, and for yourself, is go there and make sure that you follow me, right? So you can get automatic updates whenever the new music drops. Because I'm gonna be dropping a lot of new music over the next year. So because I've been producing a lot more. So it's gonna be remix projects. various singles. I'm putting older content of mine that was never released for streaming, those that I can legally put up. You know what I mean? Like those will be added, and of course a new album in the new year. All right. I'm also working on a best of project as well, which is untitled at the moment. But on that note, I'm gonna get ready to play this song. So this song is dropping this Friday. It's the first single from Recompositions. It's a remix of my song. It's called Exposition. I believe I played this when I was over at Sherm's at the chef shop or whatever, but I'm gonna play it for y'all again because it's finally about to drop. All right, so here we go. Let me make sure this is louder. And let me know if it's not loud enough. And I got y'all on y'all questions, all right? After we finish. Yeah, Calvin. The supporters, y'all got to peep it first. Thank you.
Remember, I am a true descendant of people who were stolen and traded for all the riches. But I can play the victim I'm told just to forget it. While they dwell on 9/11 to celebrate independence. But I'm supposed to clear the memory of all the lynching. Shit, I critically thought of giving my daughter weapons. Plus, I see the name that on my family every time I write a check. So how the fuck am I supposed to forget? When we ain't safe in churches, so even when we comply, the best way to protect us, I'm making sure that we die. They say we kill ourselves, we still cheat and we rob. Some of y'all do the same when you supposed to be on the job. And if you really care about the welfare of my people, make sure that the schools for all children were equal. Clear competition, so they had to quit the game. Scared if we catch up, then we do they ask the same. No one deserve it, what they ask, what would Jesus do? Bet my bottom dollar, he wouldn't be down with you. He was the wrong shade, he probably do up the same. Shoot him 7 times for trying to keep his name right in front of his kids. Body him with the chrome, let go the threat when all he tried to do was get him home. All I'm saying is the future minus our past, it never exists. Y'all make sure your babies listen to this. Wake them up.
Thank you, D. Peace, India.
Praise the slave.
Thank you, Ice Killer.
Praise the slave. Praise the slave. We shall be praised. Scars.
Good looking. All right. Yeah, yo, good looking, y'all. I appreciate it, man. Glad y'all are digging that. So that's the remix that is the first of several that are from this project called Recompositions. Yes, I produced this. So Recompositions is a project where I did all the remixes, produced it all myself, mixing it myself, the whole nine. So let me go through. Thank you, Indio. I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and catch these comments real quick and questions. So it says, flows flames as always. Can't make out some of the words though, but always top quality. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Substantial Shahab gave us a demo of the current song so we can give revenue stream. So hey, so look, check it out. The like I said, it's gonna be it's gonna drop this Friday. So this is just kind of a heads up. And then plus, it's all good. Whenever I play my music during these streams and stuff like that, gets recorded anyway. So it works out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. Let's see what else. Into that. I see y'all talking about Odyssey up here. Let me go back and read. So Calvin had a question. Calvin said, how and what do you use to manage your time to be an artist, family man, work with students, etc.? I mean, it's a calendar, bro. Like that's it. You know what I mean? A little calendar in my phone, and it's just just trying to plug in stuff. My wife will tell me about certain things that's going on that I know I can't afford to forget. I put it in the calendar. I got my calendar here. It's like color coded where I write everything down. It's always a lot going on. So, just trying to stay on top of that. And the biggest piece is like the people you're working with who from your family to to the people you're working with professionally. It's just a communication thing, man. Just constantly having conversations about what's going on, going over things to make sure you stay on top of everything. I don't feel like I'm better than anyone else at doing that, but the more I talk to other artists, apparently, I kind of am. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm the best, but it's a work in progress, man. I'm just always, I'm always busy, and so it's just trying my best to manage the time and at the same time make time for those I care about. You know what I mean? Priorities, basically. Says Luis. Sorry it took so long to get to your question. He says, have you listened to Kev Brown? Of course I listen to Kev Brown. I listen to his album. He's dope. Super dope. Shout out to Kev. I love Kev Brown, but I don't. Oh, you must be talking about his new joint. It's like I love Kev Brown, but I don't like it. Comparing to you and Odyssey, you were able to progress your sound. I feel like Kev never did. What do you think? I think Kev. I don't think Kev is like. I think Kev. He's Kev. Put it this way. I've worked with him. I've spent some time with him, and I've also we've taught kids production and and rhyme writing together in the DMV. And Kev is capable, I think, of doing far more than he puts out. Right? I think he likes a particular sound. He has a signature sound, and he's perfectly fine staying in that particular vein. And I think that when he wants to branch out, he does, you know what I mean? But I think, he has a vision for how he wants to do things, and he just kind of sticks with it. And that's not, I guess I could see how for the fans sometimes that's not as exciting. But I think, in terms of him being consistent, what you see is what you get. Kev has been dope, still is dope, but but if you're kind of looking for something new from him, to be drastically, I guess, different from what he's done in the past, that's really kind of not what he does. You know what I mean? But I gotta check. I don't think I've heard the newest thing, so I gotta check that out. All right. Let's see. Quick question: did you ever do a video for any of the songs from To This Union? Nope, we never shot a video for any of those songs. There was no YouTube then, and so the likelihood of, I guess, really getting the video for an indie release like that out would have been slim, because I know New Best really wasn't interested in kind of pushing any visual content like that. It was just all about the music. All right, let's see. Let me go see what other comments I missed. So, which producer are you dying to work with? This says Ninth or Apollo. I'm probably. I mean, I like both producers. Probably more Ninth though. You know what I mean? Yeah, probably more Ninth Wonder. I think because he's a Capricorn like I am, so it'd be kind of interesting just to see what happens with that. And I've met him a few times. I haven't met Apollo. I'm more interested a lot of times in not meeting, but working with people I've actually met, and I was able to kind of gauge their vibe. But yeah. It says, shoot, I'm flighty sometimes because my memory is shot. Shout out to Google Calendar one time, no doubt. Have you ever had any other projects you wanted to do besides music? Yeah, I do visual art, so I'm always kind of brainstorming on that side of things. I'm playing around with a couple gallery or a couple exhibit ideas that I have. like that I'm kind of sitting on, just thinking of ways I can kind of put it out there. Um, yeah, you know, ideas for like fashion lines and different things, and long list of other stuff related to my creative ability. So, you know, see, all right. Calvin says, thank you, sir. I'm gearing up for grad school. Hey, that's what's up, man. And many other things. So I wanted to get our perspective on time management. Definitely, definitely. Thought the newest joint would have had some go-go influence in it. Haven't heard it yet. I still got to hear it for myself before passing judgment, for real. Now, I feel you. Yeah. So I think this is what I'm gonna do. Before we move on and I play y'all a little more music, right? Because I want to talk y'all to death. I wanted to ask y'all on what type of merchandise I'd like to see for the new release. So right now, because it's just gonna be an EP, I really wasn't going to do CDs, but you know, based on how my even though CD sales overall in the industry have been down, my CDs still sell fairly well. So so I'm going to press a very small run of these, but it's going to be a J card, not not a digipack or a jewel case, right? But I'm thinking of other merch to go with it. So I wanted to get feedback from y'all on what type of merch I'd like to see. So what I'm about to do, I'm about to show you what the cover looks like, right, for the project. But what's really cool is this is not the square version of it. This is a sample of some of the merch we came up with for the project. So the project's called Recompositions, and so that's what the cover art is going to look like. All right. So check this out. So basically, one of the merch ideas we had was to do like a notebook to go with it. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I'm gonna do like a super pack or whatever on Bandcamp where you can get you can get the CD, you can get this, and then we're trying to figure out what other merchandise y'all like to see. So definitely, if you got any other ideas besides a cool little notebook with some lined paper in it, you know what I mean, write your bars in there. You know, whatever ideas y'all got, let us know. But again, that's what the album art's gonna look like. As I mentioned to someone a second ago, I'm a visual artist too, so I designed this. Yeah, you know what I mean. So what other merch would you like to see? Like you want buttons, you want stickers, you want what? You know what I mean? Then basically we're gonna take notes, see what folks are talking about when we drop the release on Friday. Probably ask folks and get feedback to see what else folks would like to see, and we'll make it happen. So let's check out these comments real quick. It says, love the new single and look forward to future projects. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. That's dope. Thank you, Chris. All right. Ice Killer says pretty cool. Someone, Grizzly says really cool. It's a cool idea and concept. Man, thank y'all. It said, that's what my initial thought was when you said the title. Yo, yeah. I was just, when I came up, because basically I didn't want to call it remixes or have remix in the title. Like just from a marketing standpoint, remix projects always they don't do well. And so, I still wanted to do one, even though I know they don't do well. You know what I mean? But I was like, I just can't call it remixes. So I was just brainstorming, and then I saw Recompositions, and I was like, huh. Then I had the concept for the cover, and I was like, okay. And I like the cover concept. When I started working on it, it came out a lot better than I anticipated. So, yeah, you know what I mean? That's what it is. It says the album cover is very interesting. I love it. I'm a visual artist as well. That's what's up, the visual. All right, dope. How's the paper quality? Is it loosely? So, yeah, the paper quality, that's the only thing, man. Like the company we're using, we did Vistaprint. So it's not like if it was thicker, because initially what I was going to do was make it just blank, so that way you could use it as a sketchbook or a writing pad. But the type of paper that's in it's loose leaf, so because it's loose leaf, it's not extremely sturdy, so it's probably not ideal for drawing. You know what I mean? So I'm probably what we're thinking about doing is just keeping it with the lines instead of having it look like a sketch pad, considering the quality of the paper is not the best. So yeah, just my 2 cents. By the way, have you already decided which tracks you're going to recompose on the project? With love and Out of the City into the Wild Recomposition. So check this out. This is what I'm thinking, Ice Killer, right? Initially I was like, all right, I'm gonna take some of the stuff from the garden and I'm gonna rap on it, right? And I still might do that, but I hesitated on doing it initially because of the fact that the concept, like how recompetition is going to go. I'm basically going to put out at the end of September. The goal is to put out 6 tracks from it, and then by October or whatever, you're going to get the instrumentals, right? And so if I ended up rapping on the instrumentals from the garden, they would kind of throw off, I guess, the number of instrumentals and stuff because it would be pointless to re-release an instrumental already dropped. And so, but I'm still playing around with it, and maybe I'll do a couple of those joints and put them out there as bonus tracks, and so, or at least singles. You know what I mean? So I'll keep you posted. I'm definitely thinking about it. I just haven't figured out how I want to do it and which ones I want to rap on for sure. But I appreciate that feedback because you're one of the, I think maybe one of 2 or 3 people who've asked me about rapping on that beat. A lot of more people have asked me about rapping on other tracks like Nostalgia and stuff like that. But we'll see. All right. Maybe a pin and a sticker to go with the composition. That could be cool. Good looking, Calvin. Just discovered your Bandcamp earlier today, and wow, man, crazy work. I appreciate it, Eric Anthony. Thank you. All right, I see. Let's see. It says, are you coming to NJ or NY area soon? Right now, no plans on doing any shows up there. I haven't really been hit up by any promoters out there. I have been getting hit up by a lot of promoters in the DMV lately to do some things. So some quick dates real quick for some stuff that's coming up. So again, no NY or Jersey stuff coming up, but I do have, matter of fact, let me give you this link real quick. Hold on. So first things first, on the 5th, and this should be in the, this is in the description of this video, but on the 5th of this month, I'm going to be in, I'm in DC performing live on the radio. So you can tune in to WPFW, that's 89.3 FM. And you can also check out this website. And you'll be able to hear me live on the radio performing. So it's a good look. I've done it before. That particular station normally plays jazz, but has a late night hip hop show on Mondays called Ill Street Blues. I think they might switch days though. I can't remember. But also, I performed doing their live at 5 before, and that's a really good look because a lot of times, when radio shows hit me up, more than likely it's like an online show or podcast type of deal. So it's dope to be able to do like an actual FM station and get some and be live on the radio performing for the people to hear. So the last time I did it, it went extremely well. The show got replayed like multiple times, and people would hit me up like, "Oh my God, you live on the radio!" So, people dig it. So yeah, looking forward to doing that. That's September 5th. So all of y'all can tune into that. Those of you who are in the area, you can listen on the radio, and those of you who are in another country, another time zone, et cetera, you can listen online. All right. Katie got more help. I don't know if he needed it, but that's a good look for him, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Other event that's coming up. So listen, for some of my indie artists that's up in here right now, this event, if you're in the DMV, you want to check this out. So for those of you who don't know, I am co-CEO of a company called Substantial Art and Music. A lot of times, because you see our logo on the back of like my records and some of the stuff that I put out, people think it's a label, but it's not. What we are is a consulting service. So basically, part of what I do outside of working with kids is like I work with a lot of different artists, young and old, and basically, they pay me to advise them on moves they should make in the business. So I provide a lot of resources to different artists and stuff. And so this particular event that's happening on September 27th, basically is like it's a workshop for social media marketing, but also my business partner and my wife, co-CEO Rochelle, she is going to be there as well. And she specializes in grants management and grant opportunities and stuff for creatives. So like for those of you who are in the area who basically could use some help or whatever with your social media marketing, could use some better tools to navigate online, and then also could use some opportunities or whatever to I guess get some more capital to fund what it is you're trying to do. Whether you're a musician or visual artist, you should come through. We're gonna have a lot of dope info. So that is September 27th, and it's at the Prince George's African American Museum. There's going to be another workshop. We're trying to get the date for it. That's going to be focused specifically on musicians, and we haven't got the date yet, but it's going to be in Baltimore. So I'll have an update on that real soon. You know what I mean? Let's see. Someone says 3 days after my wedding, I'll make sure to tune in. That's what's up. Well, early congratulations to you. All right. Let's see. I feel like I should play another song for y'all. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna give y'all snippets of like 2 of the other joints that's ready. Y'all cool with that? I'm pretty sure you're cool with that. But maybe I'll adjust the volume a little bit so it's a little bit louder, and I'll let y'all hear. But Calvin's like, do it. You know what I mean? So look, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. I'm gonna let y'all hear at least a verse. Yeah, at least a verse from these 2 other joints. All right. Play an old school song. All right, hold on 1 second. I got y'all. All right. So let's see. All right. So now this next joint. All right. So some of the other remixes that's going to be on here. One in particular is a flip I did of the Subway. All right. So the Subway, what a lot of people don't know, is originally Kenichiro Nishihara was supposed to play piano on the Subway. So he sent his parts to us. Me and Marcus added it to the mix, and when we listened to it, like it didn't really bring much to the track. Like it was dope, but it didn't, like with what we already had laid down, it didn't add to it. So it just felt crowded. So we ended up scrapping those parts that he sent us. And that's a hard decision to make because Kenichiro's the dude. That's the homie, and you know, he's dope. But when I was working on this project, it hit me. I was like, yo, I still got those piano parts that he played. So I just listened to them by themselves. And then it hit me. I was like, yo, I can build a remix like off of what he played and just add some other elements to it. So I basically went in, added some violin to it, played bass on it, programmed some drums. Yeah, you're about to hear it. It's added some guitar. It's dope. So yeah. Oh yeah, Indio. Yeah, it's a workshop for the area. Like most of the work that we do for the company is in the DMV. Even though we got clients that's all around the country and stuff, and we do travel to meet with some of our clients as well. All right, so look, so I'm gonna play this. This is the Subway remix. This is remix of the Subway, remix and produced by yours truly, featuring Precious Joubert, and also featuring live piano played by Kenichiro Nishihara. All right, let me turn it down a little bit that way because I don't know how loud it's gonna be. All right. For my commuters. Indio, that's what's up, man. I appreciate the support. All right, here we go.
Started in 70, the line was orange. On January 7th, a star was born. Stated secret pleasant till my mom and I moved on. To the next stop, come ride along. The left box falls high at the mic in the tears. So we land on the west with performing years. While in the head, met my oldest affairs. Underprivileged yet I'm overcoming my fears. Robberies and shootings, now we got the suit. Right now I'm a high school, focus on my schooling. No longer hosting, now beat movement. Free to the shore, running with a movement. In the blue lines from Pentagon to Addison. Battle raps so funny like Billy Madison. Battling until my name spread like a pathogen. This is just a start, I can feel it in my
It's coming out of my studio monitors. Digital audio workstation. But sometimes it's I mix it with live instrumentation, but it's usually one of my homies playing.
But I'm still spitting these bars. Next stop, Brooklyn, off of Clinton and Wash. New York, New York was the city of gods and hip hop. Big stage, hope to give me a bar. Took the 40 Union Square rap cycles too long. Or the 8 of West 4, hoping I'm in the score. That beat showed it all, I thought I made it for sure. Years later, all city on the hip hop tour. Man, all see lies, colors, it makes sense when they all see lies, colors,
Yeah, man. Snippets. Yeah, man. So that's that, right? So, oh, thank you. Appreciated the visual. Calvin, thank you as well. Let's say, can you elaborate? Interesting. Couldn't you set our audio to be the internal sounds of your computer? It will be more clear. Well, yeah, that is true, right? But I guess kind of the point is like I don't want to be super clear. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't because one, some of the stuff I'm playing for y'all hasn't been released yet. So yeah, I know it doesn't sound real great, but it's it's a sneak peek. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't want it to sound super great. Like for example, one of the campaigns I did, like I actually part of it was playing people playing people a sample of like some stuff that was unreleased that Nugent Best and I did that will never come out. And so, and a guy asked something similar, and I was just like, I don't want you to be able to strip the audio from this and be bumping it because this isn't even the final mixes of some of this stuff. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, nice try though, Kenya. I appreciate you. That's so boy flow. That's what's up. Let's see. Hold on. Probably don't want to cast the rapper. Right. Right. There you go, Indio. So look, so the remix project, the songs are gonna drop on they're gonna drop late September, and then the instrumental version of the project will drop a month after that. All right, there's gonna be bare minimum one single, if not more, coming out. So y'all just be patient, and more is on deck for sure. All right. Yeah, how y'all feeling it though? You know what I mean? Definitely want to hear some feedback from y'all. I got another track I want to play a snippet for y'all, and then after that we're gonna wrap up. It says just brought out my best headphones to try to listen to your first song. That's what's up. All right. Let's see. Let me make sure I covered everything over here though. Yep. Talk to y'all about that. Yep. Oh, quick reminder. In case you are one of the people who haven't been following what's been up as closely, don't forget to check out The Garden. If you haven't checked out my instrumental album that dropped back in May, please do so. The album has done extremely well. Thank y'all again, man. Like, what was it? The Beyond the Stage instrumental has over 600,000 streams. That's more streams than any song I've ever released. So thank y'all, man. I couldn't have predicted. I knew that the instrumental projects were going to do better than I initially thought. Like as I started to kind of get into the flow of things and was getting feedback from some of my peers, like it gave me hope that it was going to do well. But I didn't expect it to do this well. So thank y'all, man. I really appreciate the support and the kind words. It's exciting. It's definitely inspired me to do more production. And produce this next album that I'm putting out, including the remix stuff and all of this other stuff I'm working on. So, you see, I made a banger on your beat. I'm gonna give you credit. You're gonna be huge when I make it. Said by a liar and a thief. Christopher Davis says, "Sub look like the cat from Alice in Wonderland." That's right. Thanks for staying true to your sounds for all these years. I started listening to your music back when you were working with Nugent Best. Now I appreciate that. Thank you. Stroll With Me became my favorite track of The Garden. That's what's up, man. Shout out to the homie Mason Lieberman, man. Visual, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. Say, how do I check how many streams a song has on Spotify? So you should be able to just stroll over the song title or over a certain area of it, and you should be able to see how many streams it has. Now, if you're listening on your phone, I don't think you can see it, but if you are on like a full if you're on a desktop computer, you should be able to see it when you scroll over the song. Don't even have to click on it, just roll your cursor over it and it'll show you how many plays it has. Usually the songs that are in the top 10, you can see how many plays those have. But yeah, man, the joint has been killing. Like, you know, there's several songs from it that have 10,000, well, actually 13 or 15,000 streams or higher. And then I think Effortless, which was the second single, Effortless has like nearly 70,000 streams. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, thank y'all. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. So look, on that note, because we're getting ready to wrap up. So I'm gonna leave y'all. I'm gonna play this joint. And so so this is one of the songs where it's original lyrics, even though it's like a sequel to a song I've already done. All right. So the song that I did before was called "In My Daughter's Eyes," and so now there's "In My Daughter's Eyes" too. And the way "In My Daughter's Eyes" is spelled, now the apostrophe is behind the S because now I have two daughters, and a fan gave me this idea a long time ago, and so I'm pleased to let y'all know that I actually decided to go through with that. Now the beat actually contains a small sample from "In My Daughter's Eyes," like from one of the instruments in the song. And then there's another sample that's in it that's from Star Child, which I did with Marcus D. But the sample that's from that song is actually of the interlude that follows it. It's of Steph the Sapphic songstress, or Stephanie Gale's vocal. Shout out to Steph. Love you, Steph, if you're watching. All right. So on that note, let's hear it. You didn't. That's what's up. Yeah, man. So let's see. Let me check these real quick just to make sure I got everybody. It said, when will you be kicking it with Sherm again during the stream? Clark, probably next week. I hit him up. Well, he hit me up earlier. We talked. He let me know he wasn't going to be able to make it tonight. We haven't been able to link for like the last 3 weeks. It's been crazy. It's the end of the summer. I'm gearing up for the school year, and you know, everybody's just running. But shout out to my man Sherm the barber, and yeah. So as I was saying, "In My Daughter's Eyes," part 2, about to play it for you. It's a different song. That's all I'm gonna say. No disclaimers. Just know that it's a different song. So you shouldn't be expecting the same thing because you already got the first one. All right. Yeah.
She seen love, she seen trust. When she think about both, she see us. She seen anger, she seen pain. She learning not everybody think the same. She seen laughter, she seen tears. Seen some run while others confront failures. She seen failure, she seen success. She see getting even, that don't mean that you're done yet. She see beauty can be fully clothed or undressed. She see people reach their goal while others are oppressed. She see state tests, she see recess. See some joy while others seem to be depressed. She just seen some game and how much she obsessed. The body see some chapter book and all she got lost in. For hours, see some progress, see some others not addressed. The problem, hopefully she see herself as the right one to solve it. Keep growing, baby, keep growing.
Thanks, Mark. Peace, India.
She see trust. When she think about both, she see us.
Go ahead, fade that joint out. Yeah, man. So, use it back. Good looking visual. I appreciate it, man. Hey, Hey, Tupac Belly, thank you, man. I appreciate it. This is fire. It's a great. Hey, thank y'all, man. Y'all, hey, means a lot. Really, really means a lot. Yeah, man, dude. Like when I was writing the joint, the second verse of it, I got to like the last two bars of the second verse. I cut it before y'all could hear the whole joint. 'Cause I want to save something for when y'all hear the album, or hear the EP. Yeah, man. Like I told my wife, I was like, y'all was in this joint pacing, like writing it, and I got to those two bars, and I had to catch myself because I was like, yo, I was almost started leaking, man. Like I'm writing about my children, so it's it's heavy stuff. But like, man, I'm really, really proud of how it came out. Um, yeah, it's like I was hoping that when the first version of the song came out, I was really hoping that the song was going to get like out there and really get a lot more exposure because I feel like the message was so important. But it's one of those things, man. Like artists, sometimes you make something and you're like, oh, this is going to be it. This song right here is going to change things. It's going to, but you never know which one of your songs are going to hit things. Like I've made some really, really deep songs, like, like where I really kind of bare my soul on the joint. But then, you meet people and their favorite songs blessing it. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad, but it's like, I just know that, like, I try to put my heart and soul in everything I do and stuff. And so, and there's certain ones that I put a lot more of me in. And this is definitely one of those where I put a lot of work into this song. I produced the beat mid-July, but I've been like writing to this joint for like a month. Just kind of like putting ideas down, going back, reworking the beat. And like I really put a lot of time into writing. And even though like the flow starts off really simple, it's just like it's the pacing, you know what I mean, and kind of building up to a certain point in the message and all of that. Like, just so I'm hoping, man, like I'm real hopeful that when it comes out or whatever, because it's on this EP, I was gonna, like, my wife and I was talking about like if I should hold it for the album because I already have the title for my next album and it technically fits with the theme, but I don't want to sit on the song, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you hold the song and say, nah, I gotta keep this for a particular project, and because you think the song is going to be bigger than it ends up being, and then you put it out and and no one cares. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at a point right now where it's like I'm not holding on to anything. As I'm making stuff, I'm giving it to y'all. And if it does something great, and if like people hear it and they're like, man, I mean, I'm good either way. But I'm definitely in this mode right now where it's like as I create, when I get it to the point where I'm proud of it and ready to share it, I put it out there. People love it and it does great things. Wonderful. If no one cares, I'm not tripping because I'm making more music. So, so it is what it is. So yeah, man. So thank y'all, man, for tuning in. Glad y'all were digging the music I played today. You know what I mean? We're gonna put some part in music on as I read over these questions to see if I caught everything. We'll close with the beat I was working on earlier. Keep that real low in the back. So let's see. Play more. Ice Killer, thank you. PG County would be proud. Thank you, brother. That's right. Says like you can't wait for the album. Clark saying, was that one of your daughters backing you up on the chorus? That'd be supremely nice. So the funny thing is, my wife, when she heard it, she was like, "Why ain't you just?" Basically, I didn't have her do it, but I was playing around with this effect, and I like how it sounded. So I mean, I still might go in and have my oldest do something on it, but we'll see. We'll see. You know what I mean? All right. Joshua, peace to you, family. Tupac Belly, how long do those take you to make? All the things I hear in your music seem like it takes long. Yeah, yo, like let me turn this down. I'm gonna answer that and then I gotta dip. So yeah, man, like so when I make a beat these days, like it's usually like 7 to 8 layers worth of elements bare minimum. Right. Every now and then, like if I do something that's real sample heavy where I found like something that's just a dope loop, that's a little different. And and to answer the question earlier about sample and sample clearance and stuff, I've never gotten any trouble for sampling. I don't expect to get in any for any of my new stuff though, because all of my new stuff that I'm working on is all like it's all royalty free samples. Like there's a service where I pay to have access to certain elements and stuff, and then I mix that up with me playing on tracks, mixed with the different instrumentalists I know, having them play on tracks. So I don't foresee any of my newer music, having a problem. You know what I mean? Some of the older stuff though, it could be an issue. You know. So how long does it take me? Sometimes it beats or whatever, like it take me like a week. Sometimes or whatever, I can make a song in a day. The part that really takes the longest is just mixing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a person who I spend a lot of time mixing the car, mixing, going to the car, listening on, like on a crappy speaker, listening on my phone, listening on a bunch of different speakers, trying to make sure that it sounds good on everything. And so that can be an extremely tedious process. You know what I mean? So it varies. It's never like usually around the same time. Some songs take forever, some don't. The music said it best. Effortless. Hey, thank you. I had a really dope concept for a video for Effortless. To basically show it from my daughter's perspective, because like her perspective, it looks easy, right? But the reality of it is, like, I put a lot of time into all this stuff. So Effortless, the title Effortless in itself is meant to be like a contradiction. Like the beat itself, it feels effortless. Like when you hear me rap in certain moments, it might feel effortless, but that's because I put decades of work in to make something sound extremely easy. But the reality of it is I put a lot of work in to get where I am now. I feel like that's a great moment to close out the video. You know what I'm saying? That's a strong ending right there. So I'm gonna say peace for real this time. No Philly shows coming up, Kofi. I'm sorry, man. They said looking for producers. Not right now. I don't know of any, but like, hey man, just you put your stuff up. If it's dope, the producers will come. I mean, the rappers will come. Trust. You know what I'm saying? Rappers always looking for beats, Kofi. So good luck to you. On that note, I gotta go, y'all. Y'all have a good night. All that good stuff. Peace to you and yours. Y'all be good out here. See y'all next week. All right.